Coming up next, we're going to take a look at one of our resources, Kanopy, and a film on that service. Stay tuned. Well, hello there, and welcome. You've stumbled upon another episode of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. I'm Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio with my fabulous colleagues, Sarah Fade.
Hi.
Caroline Diaz.
Hello.
How is everyone doing this week?
Great.
So Caroline's
better than you. I was going to say, okay. Yeah, all right.
Caroline is very excited. So a couple of weeks back, Caroline got to do her first movie chat here on the podcast, and she flipped out. She was like, "Oh, this is great!" And then she started writing notes and all this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And thinking about, she was like, "I want to pick a movie now." Anyway, so that's what we're going to do this week. But before we do, let's just talk about the resource that Caroline used, which was what?
Kanopy.
Kanopy with a K.
Yes.
And that, if you're a Middle Country Public Library card holder, or probably a card holder in many libraries around the country, you have access to this. And some people kind of call it the Netflix for libraries, right? Kind of like a, Netflix for library thing. Yeah. You go there, you can sign up for a free account, and you browse all the things they have. And unlike Hoopla, will say, which is also a service that we have, this tends to skew more avant-garde, documentary, foreign,
The arts.
arty-farty kind of stuff, right? Right? It's more like that. There's some mainstream movies on there, mainstream shows on there.
And TV shows, yeah.
And TV shows, yeah. So definitely check that out. It kind of works on a ticket system.
Yes.
So we all get allocated, every library card number gets allocated a number of tickets. Every month you get to spend these tickets on...
Yeah, like 30 tickets, I think.
30 tickets or something like that. This particular film that Caroline's about to introduce you to, I think costs 2 tickets. Two tickets. And it's a 72-hour rental period, and you can always go back and re-rent it if you like to use up a couple more tickets. And then you watch it at your leisure on TV, right? If you have like Apple TV,
Smart
Roku,
TV.
Smart TV, any
or
of those.
Tablet.
Tablet, phone on your computer, all like that kind of stuff. Okay. So unlike Sarah and I, Caroline actually prepares for episodes. And if you're watching, you can see she has like paragraphs worth of information in front of her. So Caroline,
color coded.
So we thought focusing on this one resource, we're not going to officially call this a movie chat. It's a short. It's
a movie.
It's a movie, but it's short.
I don't know why you don't want to call it a movie. Is it because it's animated?
No, because we just did a movie chat. It's very rare for us to do movie chats so close to each other. It's 3 weeks apart, 2 weeks apart. But she was so excited.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, when we hit stop on that episode, she's like, I want to pick a movie. And she's like, looking stuff up.
I believe you asked me to pick a movie.
I was going to yes.
But I love it when someone has fun doing this, because Sarah and I don't. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So Caroline has picked the film.
Yes.
That we are going to discuss this week. And what was the film, Caroline?
So the film was A Cat in Paris, and it is a French movie, so I apologize in advance. I tried to learn how to pronounce their names through YouTube.
French. So French.
But, so the directors were Jean-Louis Felicoli and Aline Granual, I believe. And it is an Academy Award nominated film. It's beautifully hand-drawn, set in the shadow-drenched alleyway of Paris. Dino is a cat that leads a double life. By day, he lives with Zoe, a little girl whose mother is a detective in the Parisian police force. But at night, Dino sneaks out of the window to work with Nico, a slinky cat burglar with a big heart, whose fluid movements are poetry in motion. Yes.
He certainly is slinky.
Yes, I loved that. As he evades captors and slips and swishes from rooftop to rooftop across the Paris skyline. I was gonna say this goes on for a long time, so I could talk more. But it was animated. Originally, it was in French, and I watched it dubbed in English. Did you guys watch it in French?
I watched the English.
English. Okay. Well, sometimes people, I know with especially live action, I think you lose a lot when you watch it dubbed. But I watched it dubbed.
You know what? For me, when I do these movie critiques on the pod, I was telling coworkers before, sometimes I look away or sometimes I'll go on Internet Movie Database, so I need to hear while the movie's going on. I would not have been able to do that with this movie in French.
Yeah.
That being said, after I finished the film, I wish I watched it in French with the English subtitles, because I think maybe I would have felt a little more foo-foo about it.
It's funny because I looked because I was like, should I watch it? Because I don't mind.
Yeah, you don't mind reading.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
But then I saw the voices. I'm like, oh, there's some good voices.
Yeah, the voice actors I want to say were very good.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Some heavy hitter voices in here, actually.
Yeah.
You'll recognize some of them.
Yeah, I don't think I actually wrote down who the voice actors were.
Well, Angelica Houston is in it.
Oh, no, it is here. Sorry.
Yeah. Angelica Houston. Matthew Modine.
Marcia Gay Harden.
Yep, Marcia Gay Harden. Yeah. Those were the only three I recognized.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a warm and richly humorous love letter to classic noir American gangster films with jazz soundtrack featuring Billie Holiday, featuring voices of Academy Award winners Marcia Gay Harden, what did you say? And Angelica Houston. And Matthew Modine. All right. Yep. So that was all of them. I picked this movie because I love 2D animation, and I feel like 3D animation has kind of taken over the whole animated genre. So I was like, oh, look at this.
Yeah.
And I was, reading some interviews with people who helped with the film, and Jack, what was this? Yeah, Jack, he said that 2D animation gives us an extraordinary graphic freedom, even through all the drawings are done by hand and sets are painted with brush. Everything's reworked along the digital chain and enhanced by the latest software. Hand-drawn films possess a special gentleness and heat that computers can't render. So how did you guys feel about the animation?
About the animation?
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I could understand why. I liked it too.
I liked it.
It's funny when Caroline, when you picked this film, you had made a passing comment after watching it. You said, "I can't wait to talk about the anatomy issue."
Oh, yes.
I'm like, what is she talking about? Is there nudity in this film? For kids, almost. There is no nudity, but there is a certain anatomy that is poorly drawn. I don't know.
Yes, I think I wrote it somewhere here.
It's French.
That's all I can say.
I said my major critique for the animation was the anatomy of how women were drawn.
Yes.
It was a little off-putting.
Yes.
But other than that, I said I know people will also not like how choppy it kind of is, like the style of it.
It moves.
Yeah.
So it moves. There's no static anything.
Yes.
It's constantly moving, and maybe that's the reason why I didn't like it. It's
I didn't even notice that.
Constantly moving, like the shadows are moving.
Yes. It's like they're like scribbles.
The face, it's always moving.
And then what did I say? I said I loved the robber, how the robber was animated, especially his slinky arms.
Yes.
Yeah, he's slinking around.
Yeah.
I loved the flashlight and how it was like kind of like moving around, and he was moving around it.
The style, it was stylized very deliberately a certain way.
Yes.
And I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying that I didn't like it.
I liked it because, and then while you're watching, you'll also have an argument of, well, what is this? It's Picasso. It's very much like Picasso.
Yes.
I personally liked it. I liked the way it was drawn. However, my issue with the anatomy was not the breastises of the ladies. It was the feet, the tiny little feet. I couldn't stand it. And then they always showed them when they're walking, when they're going up, when they're jumping. The tiny little feet.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yes. So I will give this to the animators, is that they animated it like a film noir would be filmed. So there's a lot of feet and legs moving rather than like the whole, like it's close up, it's not far away. a character will be, not off screen, but like off centered, and to show something else in the field of vision and whatnot. So it's definitely not your traditionally laid out animation. On purpose, I think, yeah. But yeah, so what you're alluding to is this: the feet are small. The lady's chest area, I will say,
High.
are very strangely
They're like
placed.
2 C's.
Yeah, it's basically yes.
W, lowercase
Yeah.
W.
Yeah, yeah. They're if I had to draw it, it would look something like this. They're knees. They're knees. That's what they are. They're kind of like knees in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I was, however, like when I think the first woman that we're introduced to is like either the mom or the nanny, and I was like, And then when you met more women, I was like, all right, well, at least it's consistent. Like, I wasn't sure if at first it was just like, oh, this is like the mom's like, she's like a Pixar mom or something.
Yeah, they're consistent.
So I was like, all right, at least.
Well, the one one comment I had throughout the whole movie, I was like, are they supposed to be Asian?
No. So that was just,
I got that too. I was like, okay, they're not.
Well, Nico looks more Asian, I think.
Well, so does
his
then I
facial
was like,
features.
the mom and the. I don't know.
If
It's
you're
not
gonna-
a bad thing, but I was just like,
Sarah, if you're going to bring that up,
what's going on here?
if you're going to bring that up, the one thing that I found strange
'Cause there was
for the English dub, some of the English-speaking characters had a French accent, but a lot of them had English accents. Not like, HBO documentary English, like Cockney, like really
Well, they were criminals.
urban
So
urban English.
that is the criminal English,
Which was
accent.
very strange to hear in the English dub. You would have thought that maybe they would have them have like that, that French kind of accent with the English, the English dialogue.
What do you mean?
There were some characters who had a French accent, but they were speaking English,
But
obviously.
you thought they should all have like a French accent?
French accent instead of there's a gangster in this film who has a Cockney English accent,
Yeah, but
but he's not from England. He's supposed to be from France.
Is he French?
they don't
I
say.
thought he was
Isn't
French.
his name Victor Costa?
Yeah.
not
So
very
then give him an
French.
Italian accent. He sounded like someone from Chumbawamba. That's what he sounded like. Okay, Caroline, I'm sorry. We got off on a tangent here with the knees in the wrong spot.
What did I say?
So the animation style is very unique.
Yes.
And
Overall,
a lot
I
of people are
liked
going to
it.
like it, and a lot of
Yes.
it's very stylized, very artistic, absolutely. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean that it wasn't beautiful, because it was.
Yeah.
It just wasn't what I was hoping for.
It reminded me of Persepolis. Have you ever seen that movie? It's based on a graphic novel, but it kind of reminds me of that style also.
If this would have been 5 minutes long or 6 minutes long, I would have been like, that's amazing.
6 minutes
But
long.
it's an hour and 4 minutes of this type of animation.
It's not that bad.
Okay. All
I
right.
didn't even notice the moving shadows.
Everything's moving. Like
didn't even
literally,
notice that.
like
I
if
liked
you're
it, though.
watching right
I
now on
liked it moving.
YouTube, it's kind of like this. Like you see the way my hands, if you're watching on YouTube, you see the way my hands are moving, like everything is doing that. And it's on purpose because it's shaded that way, and they like alternate the shade because it makes it look like it was hand drawn. I
don't think it was that bad.
Okay. That's fine.
I said it reminded me, I guess just because we were in Paris, we kept on thinking back to Madeline.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like, especially when the little girl Zoe, because she kind of has the short red hair like Madeline, and she's walking along the fence with the cat. It reminded me of when Madeline fell over the bridge. Oh no! When she falls over a bridge because she's kind of walking like that, and then Genevieve the dog saves her. So that's kind of what I was thinking of.
Oh, the dog doesn't get smushed with a brick.
No, that actually got me. I like screamed.
I was worried that was
when the
gonna,
cinder
like,
block
stop.
fell
Yeah,
on the.
yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't know how Sarah's gonna feel about that.
No
I was like- I
animals
laughed.
were no
I was
animals
like, what
were
the-
hurt.
Oh, the French.
Yeah.
I was glad it showed the dog not actually like being harmed by
Yeah.
that, because I was like, oh.
But it's so funny because under the brick, his little paws are going like, like, oh, he's alive.
Yeah, he made it through. When I was trying to kind of look up reviews, there's not a lot of discourse, but there are a lot of people who loved this movie as a child, but thought it was like a fever dream and could not remember.
How old is this movie?
10 years old.
No, more than that, I think.
Oh yeah.
2010. So
2010.
14 years.
Oh gosh.
15 years.
In my head, I'm still stuck in 2020.
Yeah.
Join the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of, like, when I was looking it up, it was, like, people being like, oh, my God, I watched this as a child, and it had, like, no memory of, like, where I watched it, but I loved it. And then, like, I rewatched it as an adult. And my main critique was I wish the movie followed the cat more. Like, the first, like...
It really wasn't about the cat in Paris, was it?
It was not. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to see this cat getting into mischief. And that was really only the first, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah, really wasn't really a cat in Paris.
No.
But I think...
Well, the ending. I didn't like the ending with the tail.
Yeah.
That part I didn't like.
What was the tail doing?
I think it was a play...
Spun him around by the tail.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I was like, you deserve to get your eyes scratched out.
I think something got lost in translation because I do believe...
You really think you're missing something.
I really do believe that a cat in Paris, with the translation, I don't think we're talking about Dino, the cat. I think we're talking about Nico.
Yes, the cat burglar.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But everybody assumes it's going to be about the cat, but it's really about the cat burglar.
Well, they show the cat in the movie.
Yeah.
Poster.
The promo.
They kind of like,
So, okay. So I have a question for you. This film is, I think it's rated PG. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's animated, so it's going to push the attract. Well, it's going to attract a younger audience. It's going to attract a younger audience, right? Because they figure, it's animated, it's family friendly, whatnot.
Uh-huh.
What did you think of the subject matter? Was a little heavy. It was a little heavy, don't you think? Spoiler alert! We're about to talk about the plot. Obviously this woman who's the detective, her husband was murdered by Mr. Costa. Mm-hmm. And he basically tries to murder her at the end of the movie. Mm. Right? I mean, literally is, choking her to death. It's kind of heavy for,
Yeah. I do think that animation is not only like a kid thing. I think there's a lot of like more animation that kind of peers more towards adult or like kind of all over. And I feel like this movie, I think the subject matter was okay. I think it kind of reminded me of Coraline, where like when you're watching it as an adult, it's almost a lot creepier and you pick up on a lot more than when you're a child. And I think sometimes like children, we don't have to have, I feel like Disney has made this where it's like there's no like real problems, everything's kind of solved.
In Finding Nemo, didn't his mom die?
Well, the mom always dies the first 5 minutes.
Someone's always dying.
There's always an orphan.
But it's off screen.
But I like that it's a little more gritty.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it was on screen.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're basically saying, the kids these days...
Too soft.
With their music, with their music in their hair. They're too soft. They need to grow some skin. It's real life.
But I don't know if this was marketed as a kid's movie just because it has a kid in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had a certain expectation that I should not have had. I thought it was going to be like a kid movie, and it wasn't, which is fine. Mm-hmm. If I had to pick something that I did like about the film.
Oh, is there something?
I did like that they didn't pull any punches with that kind of stuff and had some more adult themes to it. Mm-hmm. And, so.
The only thing I didn't like, though, well, maybe because it's in France, it's okay, is that the detective then, like, is friends with the thief.
They get, like, married, I think.
Yeah,
or at least
they do have it's an implied relationship at the end.
And it's kind of like, okay. Yeah. You're a detective. Like, he did steal, a lot.
Did he get any crime time for that?
Yeah.
I know, like,
what's the justice system like there?
He had a bunker full of, stolen goods.
It's France. They let some things go.
I was like, the French.
They let some things go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know, and I was cracking up that I was like, they don't have more of a police force where like this one poor mom is like having to work like 24 hours around the
Exactly.
Well, she was dead set on this Costa
And they
guy.
get stuck in. So that was the other thing. They get stuck in traffic. There's no like police lights on the car. They can't like go around traffic. She has to literally like jump over cars to get to where she's going. You know. And I feel like everybody was bumbling. Like all the secondary characters, like the police characters were bumbling, and the secondary the gang members of the criminal gang members were all bumbling.
Oh yeah, they were cracking me up.
Yeah.
Well, the only smart people in the cartoon were the women.
That's true.
Was the nanny and the detective.
That was
the
true.
nanny.
Well,
yeah.
no, the art thief. The
cat.
Yeah.
The cat and
The cat was smart. Yeah.
well, the main characters.
So that fell apart.
All right, take it back.
You thought you were going there. You were
And I was
like,
wait now.
look, everybody.
Were you guys shocked by the nanny being evil?
Well, first I was
a
like,
little
double
bit.
agent. No,
Yeah,
Just
a little
bad.
bit.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
a little shocked, but I also noticed that the cat didn't like her.
Yeah.
I thought it was
thought-
because of the perfume.
Yeah.
Perfume, yeah.
but
Yeah.
It's relatable when someone wears perfume like that.
Yeah. It was definitely very European. I mean, the story was very French. It was very, there were certain sensibilities that I could see like a French audience or European audience, having seen a lot of European films because, and being there and seeing what they like, especially in Italy, what they count as like art and entertainment and
why are
whatnot.
you using air quotes?
No, because I'm just saying what art and
It's
entertainment.
not really art.
No, I'm just saying what they feel, how they feel certain things are.
Art.
In Germany, I mean, have you seen Wings of Desire? I mean, I love that film, but a lot of people would go over a lot of people's heads. That kind of stuff. I felt like it was in that range, that genre of,
French.
I think the average American audience probably will enjoy it, but not get some of the stuff. You know what I mean? Am I
I
getting?
feel like you insulted a lot
Yeah,
of people.
I was
in
like-
I
that.
didn't insult anybody.
I don't think I would agree with that.
I didn't insult anybody.
The American people.
I knew this was going to be a spicy discussion. When this film ended yesterday, my wife walked into the last 10 minutes and she goes, "Why are you watching this?" I said, "For work."
I did pick this movie with the thought that you guys won't have me pick one ever again.
Caroline, that happened to me the very first movie I picked. They did
I was
not
like, I'll pick one that will really.
I picked The Spanish Prisoner and I still hear it. We've been doing this for almost 8 years now and I still hear, oh, Sal picked Spanish Prisoner.
Yeah, that was.
But all right. Well, is there anything else you want to add, Caroline, before we do our ratings?
I said it was nominated alongside Kung Fu Panda 2, Puss in Boots.
Oh, wow.
Chico and Rita and Rango.
Wow.
And Rango was the
winner.
one best animated feature. So it was up against some hard hitters.
Absolutely. And considering it was probably like 25, 30 minutes shorter than what the average animated movie
I
is.
was with you in the time.
It was
I know.
short.
I think it was
short.
an hour and
nice.
6 minutes,
Yeah,
and
it
I think
was
it's
short.
an hour and 12 for in French, which I don't know what
Yeah.
they cut out. And
All the nudity. Because over there it's okay. I mean, commercials, it's all good.
I said personally, I love 2D animation. I was drawn to this movie, like I said, because I feel like
Because of
3D animation has taken over the genre. I feel
Yeah.
like all those
I
like
agree.
pudgy, round-faced characters, I
yes,
can't tell the
I
difference
agree.
between all of them.
I agree with you.
I love Studio Ghibli films.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh, let me like see what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the movie Flow?
No.
Oh, that was
animated.
good.
Yeah.
You should see that movie.
I know.
That was a good one.
That has a cat in
Completely
it too,
silent.
right?
Completely
Yes.
silent though, but it goes by fast. So.
Yes.
All right.
Also about a cat.
Yeah.
I said it reminded me of Madeline. I said I would, if you would like to watch this, you do have to completely wipe your mind of Disney and Pixar movies, just because I
Yes.
feel like it's so different
Yes.
and like the production of it is different.
Yes.
I said my critique was just how the women were drawn. I love the slinky arms again. And on Kanopy, they have, even with your 2 tickets, you get
Yeah.
both the dubbed and the subbed.
You
and I
do,
think if I had more time, I would watch the dubbed version. The dubbed.
The French version.
Yes, subbed. Sorry,
Yeah.
I always get them mixed up.
Yeah.
But I was reading reviews, and a lot of people said there wasn't much lost with the translation because sometimes there is. I know, like with Squid Games, have you watched those? When you watch the dubbed, it's very scary.
The one
I can't watch those dubbed at all.
Yeah, it's like I think you get a little more leeway when it's with animation, just because it's not as noticeable when their mouths are.
It depends on some if it's like a high end or highbrow, they'll get good people. But if they get like
but I feel like Squid Games like had like a high production value.
Oh my! You know what the worst was when in Squid Games when it was subtitled, but then they have the dubbed English speaking people. And that was so bad. It was like, well, we cannot do.
I was like, what? Yeah, they like somehow were worse than the first season.
So there was a scene where one of the goons was watching. He was keeping an eye on Zoe. And he says something like, I can't believe I'm doing this. He says in the English dub, he says, I used to be a dancer, but the subtitle said, I used to be a barista, which is two very different things. But I thought that kind of like towards the end of the film, I thought that kind of like was interesting. I think if I'm going to go back and listen to the French, I want to find out what he actually says, if he says barista or dancer.
Yeah. I know sometimes it's like they don't type those in right.
Yeah.
No.
I watch everything with subtitles and I hate that.
Yeah.
And I said I wish the movie followed the cat more, and I recommend it 3 stars out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Well, we don't do stars here.
I know.
So, Caroline.
It's from my Letterbox account.
Caroline, on a scale of 1 to 10.
To 10.
What would you give it?
I think give it a 7.
A 7.
I think it's a good watch. I don't think it'll like blow anyone's mind, but if you like animation, I would recommend it.
Cool. Sarah, what would you give it?
Maybe also a 7.
Okay.
I like the animation. I didn't know what it was going into it. I just was, I felt like it wasn't like super original, like it wasn't funny. Like
I don't think it was meant to be funny.
But it wasn't like, the story wasn't like super great.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't even talk about the story.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, it was like, I think I like the animation the most out of everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So the story, really quickly, is basically this cat and this like you mentioned it. The cat goes out and it's cat burglar.
In the very beginning,
we find out that there's that this woman who's a detective, her husband was killed. She's looking for the person who killed the husband, who is a gangster named Mr. Costa.
The little girl's mute.
The little girl is mute.
That annoyed me a little.
Yeah. Until the end of the movie, she's had she had a traumatic experience that made her not want to speak anymore.
Especially when the burglar was speak.
Yeah, and then what happened?
And then you shouldn't shut up.
Yeah, and what ends up happening is the burglar gets involved. The cat burglar gets involved in this whole thing because Mr. Costa wants to steal a piece of artwork, and he gets involved and he turns good. Well,
they fall in love.
They fall in love. He gets good at the end. So,
but he was always a good guy.
Yeah, it was probably. Yeah, he was always a good guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it a. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give it a 5.75.
Oh wow.
5.75. Something weird. Something French.
I was going to say, that's very French of you.
Yes. Okay. Well, there you go. And I think this illustrates that when you do use the Kanopy service, you're not just getting, just your run-of-the-mill films. You're getting some interesting things, Academy Award-winning foreign films.
I have been on like this documentary kick.
Yeah.
And I watched a documentary on Kanopy about this woman who was like a hot thing back in the day. Mm-hmm. And this guy was obsessed with her. But he was married, of course.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're not getting divorced. Like, he totally lied about it. And so what he did was he hired someone and he threw acid in her face.
Oh, my goodness.
I've heard about this.
Blinding her.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they ended up getting married back because she couldn't find anyone.
Yes.
And she was going broke. And he was still like, I love you from jail. And she was like,
Did she get him out of jail too somehow? Or didn't she testify like for him or something?
I don't know. Yeah.
What is the name of this crazy documentary?
I don't remember. But it was good.
You'll have to do your own research.
Does it end with them sitting on the couch being interviewed and he goes, see?
Yeah.
I told you we'd get together after I threw acid in your face.
The ends
just like,
justify the means.
Yeah.
Oh, my
and all her
goodness.
friends are just like, I can't even look at him. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
But she was like, well, you know,
Yeah, what else am I going to do?
I'm blind.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you made it
Crazy.
through another episode of the podcast. We thank you so much for joining us. If you want to listen to older episodes, read our show notes, look at and listen and watch other movie chats, like the one we just did a couple weeks ago, Caroline's first movie chat. She was so excited about it. Visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. If you watched on YouTube, it's very important that you subscribe, because we kind of slowed down with the subscriptions. We want to get to 2,000 subscribers. We were only 220 away or something like that. Yeah, so hit subscribe. We have a lot of things coming up this fall here on the channel. And if you liked what you saw, hit the like button. So thank you so much for joining us once again. For Sarah Fade, Caroline Diaz, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. See you on the next show.